What's going on, guys, and welcome back once again to the Fergie Way We Meet Each FM Season 4. Yes, 4. Would you believe it? We are 70 episodes into the Fergie Way, and I'll be honest, didn't really think it would be lasting that long. If I'm brutally honest, I just thought that would be, we'll do what we wanted to do. People would maybe want to move on, but at the moment, it is a much loved series by you guys, so we're certainly looking at cracking on because we need to win that bloody Champions League that keeps on evading us. Before we go into anything though, I just want to say the support I'm getting from you guys has been amazing. Right now, I'm sat on a little over 800 subs, which when I started this out, never thought possible. Never whatsoever. It's just me, sat in my house, playing Football Manager, something I've done for a long, long time. The only difference being I'm turning a camera on up there, I've got a mic on down here, and that was it. And to be honest, the support I'm getting, I'm getting followers on Twitter, I'm getting views, comments, people subscribing. It's been amazing. So I just wanted to say at the very start of Season 4, thank you guys very much. It is honestly, much appreciated. It means so much to me. So that's all the soppy crap out of the way. Let's have a look at what's been going on now. If you were around in the last season, didn't quite make the Champions League again. That damn Spurs, they played pretty well last season. They chased us to the end in the league. We did manage to get the last hurrah though. We beat them in the FA Cup final. Sorry for any spoilers, guys. But we beat them in the FA Cup final, and they will be who we face today. However, as you know, Ibrahimovic retiring, we were looking at changing the striker. Did I do any business? And I'm glad to report I absolutely fucking did. Now, there we go, Paulo Dybala. If you've been watching this series for a long time, you will know I've been chasing him, and Juventus were just constantly hitting me with 200 million. Sometimes you wouldn't even talk, but whenever money was spoken, it was 200 million, and I just wasn't comfortable with paying it, if I'm brutally honest. No chance of spending 200 million on a player. So, what I started doing last season was talking to the press quite a lot, saying how I want to sign him. And it was always met with, I appreciate... I sent Jim Lawler. Jim Lawler went to watch in total 23 of his games. And at first he wasn't interested. He was saying, he appreciates United sending out the chief scout, Jim Lawler, to come and watch him. However, he's not interested in a move. And then I started to personally go out and watch games. I personally watched him 6 times last season. And after the 4th time, when it was reported in the news afterwards, I'm sure you've seen it if you've ever been tracking a player. After the 4th time, it actually said, very interested in a move. So I thought, I'm onto a bit of a winner here. So we get to the end of the season. As we know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was retiring. Not only that, he wasn't really performing too well in his final season at United. And I just really wanted Dybala. So I opened negotiations. And for a change, Juventus actually came to me and said something like, I think it was 140 million or something like that. We negotiated down. I've still paid a high price. I think it was 88 million up front with the possibility to rise to 110 million. But I feel Dybala is going to be the catalyst that can push us towards the Champions League. We've failed twice in the semis, and I'm hoping Dybala is going to be the man to carry us through. However, it's not all great news. He's currently injured. We're not going to see him today. He's still injured and out for 2 weeks, so we are going to have to await that debut. However, pleased as punch that I've got him. We just take a look. I'm using a traffic light system. It keeps it nice and bright for you guys, but you can see he's got greens going off absolutely everywhere. But the bit that I like, look at them career stats. So, in the 3 seasons that the game has started, he's had average ratings of a 7.9, 7.66, and a 7.53. In his first season, he got 20 league goals. Second season, he also got 20 league goals. And last season, although we played a few more games, he did get 14 goals. But not only that, his assists, 10, 11, and 14, I genuinely believe he's really going to add a hell of a lot to our attacking intent in the games and hopefully in Europe. But that's the only business I've done. Nothing more, not a thing. And that's because I've got a lot of faith in the team. Now, defensively, we got a little bit fragile last season, but I was changing things up a bit. And this season, I'm probably going to stick to something a little bit more solid going forward. The centre of the park is bustling. With the likes of Pogba, Sanchez, Fosu Mensah, Ruben Neves, young Callum Gribbin doing really well. If I've got any little niggle, concern, we will say, not niggle, just a slight concern, Juan Mata. He's 31. He's picked up a couple of injuries last year that saw him out of the game for large periods. There's a bit of the window left. If we have something drastic happen, I might look at bringing in a little bit of reinforcements in that area. But to be honest, with the likes of Gomez and Callum Gribbin, and of course Pogba or Sanchez could be sort of pushed into that position if needed, I'm not overly concerned just yet. However, we've got some window left. We may do some business, but at the moment for ins, not a right lot's changed. As for outs, as we know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic did retire. But you didn't think I was going to let him go, did you? Not a chance. Zlatan is now our under-18s assistant manager. I'll be honest, his stats are a little bit poor, but he's a winner. Not just at United, not just in our Fergie Way series, but he's just a born winner. Has got medals hanging out of every orifice. There's no way he was leaving the club. I wanted him to come in, do the youth a favour, tell those guys the stories around the dressing room about the career that he's had, try and spur them on. As I say, it's all a placebo. It's just in my mind, it's in my brain. Those stories won't happen. You know, we're talking about numbers and spreadsheets here. However, for me, having Zlatan in the dressing room will just make me feel that those youngsters are going to be getting a little bit more from the training. So, the schedule. As you know, I'm a morale-driven manager. I just want those guys to all be feeling great, feeling perfect. And we had a load of friendlies. I'm not going to go through them, to be brutally honest. I mean, you can see there, probably one of the big ones, Bayern Munich, we drew 1-1. But other than that, we absolutely stomped everybody. Get everybody up, feeling good, feeling great. And so we just stomped a right load of small teams. Guys are all on superb morale. So what we'll do now is we'll have a quick look at the squad, because as you know, the back end of the season wasn't all just about, losing out in the Champions League. We ended up winning the FA Cup and all that stuff. There was other issues as well. Paul Pogba picking up quite a large injury, which was a devastating blow after him having such a good season. I think if he had any chance of hanging on to the Ballon d'Or, then 4 months out of the game might impact him. But fortunately, it was in the off-season, but time will tell. But as you know, he's not quite back yet, so we'll take a look. So this is the squad. Everybody's looking superb. Everybody's looking great and grand. We've still got some players needing to pick up a bit of sharpness, but of course, we're here to see about Pogba, Dybala, both these players injured at the moment. If we click on Pogba, and we can see he's still out for between 10 days and 4 weeks. I mean, fuck me, what a margin. 10 days or 28 days. I don't know what's going on there. But he will be back. And not only will he be back, he'll be probably still the key player at the club. First name on the team sheet. Of course, his head was turned last season. Anyone who was watching, he basically got shunned by me. I wasn't prepared to play him while his head was turned. He came round, we got him signed up on a new contract. This lad's not going anywhere. So we'll be starting the season without Pogba, and we're also starting without Dybala. Let's take a look at his injury. And as we can see from Dybala, he's either 10 days or 2 weeks as well. So with a little bit of luck, we'll get them both back into the team at the same time. And then we're basically going to be at full strength with the exception of maybe putting an addition in here or there, because I still have a load of money. I think I have 110 million quid. A decent amount of a wage budget as well, so we can make changes, but I've not done yet. So as we move on to the schedule then, as we know, today's game, Community Shield against Spurs. Last time we played them, we beat them in the FA Cup final. However, prior to that, to be honest, they've dicked on us a few times, so it should be an interesting game and a great curtain raiser to Season 4. Now, I did just want to say one thing before we got stuck into the games though, guys. The youth prospects. Shove in the comments, who are you guys most excited about? I know who mine is. I've got this one player who I just try and play a lot. You're probably twigged on anyway. But out of the youth, out of the lads who have come up and in, who excites you most? Who do we really, really want to see how they progress as we get further into their careers? Drop it in the comments, guys, let me know. And other than that, I'll see you on match day. So here we are then, guys, on match day. We'll start with the Spurs squad as we usually do. They've got Glover in net, Davies, Wimmer, Mir and Trippier at the back, with Dembele and Eriksen in the middle, Keita, Edwards, Lamella and Firmino sat ahead of them. Tottenham, of course, been very dangerous last season, and we're looking to get one over them early this season. Put them in the place a bit, So we'll move on to the United team. We've got De Gea in net, Alaba, Romagnoli, Bailly and Darmian. We then have Sanchez playing in Pogba's role. Neves, of course, a bit of a stalwart now. Unsung hero, the lad did very well last season. And then we have Herrera in the supportive role. Juan Mata back in the team, playing a trequartista role. And then, of course, we have Rashford and Depay up top. Now, I've gone with Rashford. Now, as you know, Rashford sort of let me down a little bit at the back end of last season. Gave him a little bit of a talking to at the early stages of the season. He's had a cracking pre-season. He's played ever so well, so he's getting a start today. However, of course, we do have the likes of Martial on the bench, so we can make changes if we need to. How's it going, Roy? How was your summer break? Probably, I don't know, I could probably cast aspersions here, but I'm not going to, Roy. I'm not going to. We're just here to see what you have to say. And it's a bit of hard tackle now. To be honest, the way Spurs have treated us, I thought he might have given us a little bit more than that and tell us to hard tackle everyone. I'm certainly going to hand out a little bit more hard tackling, and then we'll move on to the team talk. Now, there's a lot of fans out there who are desperate to celebrate a victory here today. Don't let them down. For the fans, we've struggled with. I'm not going for the fans. I'm going to be assertive because I want to start on a good leg. So we're assertive, going to say, I expect nothing but a win from this match because I want to start well. But we do want to see green, so I'm assertively also going to tell the team that we have faith in them to make a difference. Hopefully we'll get a lot of green here. And we get all but 3, so I'm happy enough with that. We're going to get into the game. So we're into the first highlight, and with a little bit of luck, we're going to do well here. Now, we can add Pogba and Dybala to this squad. So if we can get a result today, Rashford goes into the box, takes a shot, goes wide, just as I was praising him, wouldn't you believe? But if we can get a result today, if the lads can do well, we're going to be adding Pogba and Dybala to this. Of course, chasing the Champions League being the most important to us. But I think with how close Spurs got to us last season, need to take the league a little bit more seriously because I don't want to end up with egg on my face and Memphis, well done, son. Well done, Memphis. 1-0, 5 minutes in, just what we need against Spurs. Definitely after last season. So it's Alaba on the wing. Whips a ball in, it lands with Herrera. Herrera has a shot, it just takes a dodgy deflection, lands in front of Memphis, buries it into the back of the net. Well done, son. Yeah, so what I was saying was, I need to take the league more seriously because if I'm chasing the Champions League and I let the league slip a little bit too much, and then, of course, we get stuffed in the Champions League yet again in the semis, or even worse, maybe in the final. If I don't win the league, there's a real prospect that United might be like, you're out, son, regardless of what success I've brought them in the meantime. So we definitely need to be a little bit more secure in our league position because Tottenham took us relatively close last year. Back out on the left wing to Keita. He's going to march forward. There's nobody near him. Unless Bailly's going to step up, he does, but Keita takes it from him. It's Firmino in the area. Eriksen now. Lamella hits the post. It does get gathered up by De Gea in the end. However, a little bit of a dodgy moment now in the 8th minute for United. It's Mata now. It's Memphis. Memphis somehow ends up with the ball down with Firmino. I'll never know. It's Keita now to Edwards. Edwards, of course, little youngster. He'll be doing quite well, I'm sure, if he's managed to break into this team. It's worth noting, though, that they are without Dele Alli with a broken leg. I know that because I had a little bit of a sniff round him myself. Even though dealing with Daniel Levy, as I've mentioned before, is like dealing with the devil. But with a broken leg, I ain't throwing any money that way. It's Alaba. Alaba on the left again. Rashford arriving. Does nod it wide of the post. Attacking intent, it's clear at the beginning of the game. Stats-wise, we are sort of just about in control. But it must be said that Spurs are getting their fair share of highlights. It's Firmino now. Eric Bailly manages to clear it only as far back as Firmino as he drifts out right. Ball into Lamella. Lamella maybe should have scored at least 1 goal out of his 2 chances now. But we are back in possession. 13 minutes on the clock. Darmian plays it forward to Mata. Still, Juan Mata is not quite sharp, so we won't be on the top of his game. But of course, this is still just a friendly. We will be looking at adding a lot of players into the fray as we get later on into the game. So for Juan Mata, this was certainly just about him sharpening his game, ready for the start of the season. Ball out to Keita, but Darmian cuts it out. Still Darmian out on the right, trying to chase down Davies. He does win the ball back. It's Memphis now. Memphis plays it forward to Mata, Sanchez, Rashford's got loads of time, weak shot, it hits the post, Glover manages to gather it, it does remain just 1-0 and that is a chance in my opinion that has gone begging. Rashford loses out to Mir, Rashford wins it back though, it's Mata plays it forward to Memphis and Memphis, get in there, thought he'd fluffed it, it bounced back off the post but it came straight back to his feet, Glover was nowhere, 2-0 and Memphis has started this game on fire. As we can see, Rashford won the ball back, Mata played it and there was a bit of a balls up between Trippier and the other Tottenham defender, I'm not sure who it was, but Memphis managed to nip in between and bounce the ball into the post, it come back to him a bit fortuitously, but nonetheless it's 2-0 and we'll take it. It's Wimmer, it's Mata has sent Rashford, this is your chance Marcus, get it in the back of the net, saved by Glover, it drifted ever so wide, he should have tried to come in a bit more, but 2-0, we are stomping them on a half-hour mark here, Mata whips the ball in, it's down with, I thought it was falling with Romagnoli. It didn't quite happen. It's Romagnoli now, though. Herrera, Mata, Romagnoli. Romagnoli's in no man's land. He's lost the ball there, and look at the space on the left for Keita there, as he does have the ball delivered to him on a plate. Still Keita, who's drifted wide. It's Lamela, and that one does go in. Looked a little bit dodgy. I'm waiting to see the replay here, because it looks like De Gea had some sort of a fall or a stumble or something, but it looked like typical FM bullshit. As Lamela nods it down, De Gea really should have had that, I'll be brutally honest, but 2-1. We're still in the lead, but Tottenham seem to be pushing a lot more now. It's Alaba, plays it out to Rashford, but May manages to intercept it. It's Memphis. Still Memphis. Go on, Memphis. Keep going. Oh, he's gone really wide, but he has put a ball in for Rashford, and it is 3. Memphis having an absolute blinder today. So glad I hung on to him, even though the club haven't done in real life. But what a player he's turned out to be. I mean, we've took Memphis off the left wing, brought him into a striker, into a role that if you... Listen, player roles, that little green ring, I don't really pay that much attention to it. If I feel a player can do a job there, I'll put him there, and that's exactly what we've done with Memphis. And he has been nothing but a goddamn revelation there. He's done so well across the Fergie Way, and he's doing it again this season as Sanchez puts the ball into Glover's hands. We are on practically the 40th minute. We're getting right towards half-time. And the question is, can we just keep Spurs out, just to calm them down a bit before the half ends? It's Keita now playing in Edwards. Edwards, he should have put it across. I would have put... Well, I wouldn't have, because I wouldn't be in there. But I'd be raging if that was one of my boys and he took a shot and they could have played him for a simple tap-in. It's Ruben Neves to Bailly. Sanchez to Mata. Mata's been glorious in the middle of the park today. Just as I say, he gives a bad ball to Rashford. But Mata on the ball again. Darmian now out on the right. Keita didn't come down on him, but he did there. Managed to win the ball back, but it's only gone as far as Romagnoli. Romagnoli, this is twice he's done this. Why is he wandering into space? What the fuck are you doing? Loses the ball again. The first goal was from Romagnoli's mistake. A little bit pissed off there, because I sort of made me mad a bit. I was talking about defence at the beginning of the episode there. And my idea is to try and get Bailly and Romagnoli playing, and Twins Arby being basically my main other defender. Maybe not face smalling out for any reason other than longevity-wise, he's not the youngest, is the best way I'm going to describe it. So I just thought if we can have Romagnoli being our main defender with Twins Arby and Eric Bailly, that's what I'm aiming to do. And at the moment, it looks like he's letting me down. So we're going to half-time. Going to give the guys a team talk. We're assertively going to say that we're happy with how it's going out there. Keep it up. We're also going to tell Memphis that he's having an absolute screamer. Very happy with his performance today. We're going to send the lads straight back out. We're going to make some changes soon-ish. It's not going to be as late as the 60th, I don't think, because again, we're just trying to make people have fresh legs. Going to keep my eye on Romagnoli over the course of this game and probably the next couple, because I'm not going to change my mind based on a mistake or two in this game. But if he continues with this wandering out with the ball bullshit out on the left and losing it, there's changes going to be made. As Memphis has a free kick that just goes wide, following a deflection from the wall. It's Mata on the corner now. Trippier. Only as far as Neves goes. Neves tries whipping it back in, and we have won a penalty. Memphis, of course, is going to take it. Is he going to get a hat-trick in the curtain raiser for the Premier League? Let's have a look now as Memphis stands over the ball at the penalty spot. Taking all day. Don't know what you're doing, son. There we go. Finally, right. And it's gone in. Memphis gets himself a hat-trick. A great start for the lad in the new season, because based on the fact that both Rashford and Martial weren't that great at the back end of season 3, maybe Memphis and Dybala is going to be the way forward. As we can see, Memphis takes a run up, slots it into the bottom left underneath the diving Glover, and it is 4-1, and at the moment looking like a resounding victory for United. 53rd minute, start looking at making a couple of substitutions. So Rashford's done alright, he's grabbed the goal, but we are going to play Martial because to say I want to try and play as many people as possible. So as I said, Twins Arby is definitely coming on the field. He's going to come on for... Now if you look at that... No, I'll tell you what, we're going to bring him on for Romagnoli because Romagnoli made them couple of little balls ups. We're also going to look at bringing on Callum Gribbin for Juan Mata. Mata's got himself a little bit more fit as the game's gone on. Fosu Mensah will be coming on for Ander Herrera, who's also had a very good game. But for now, we'll leave it at that. We may look at bringing on young Gomez. We'll drop Gribbin in and Sanchez position. Maybe bring Gomez on for Sanchez and switch around. You know what I'm getting at. But at the moment, those changes will do for now. And maybe Martial's going to give me a little bit of a question mark when it comes to strikers. Hopefully, as Gribbin takes a low shot, goes straight to Glover's hands. Neves is going to be the corner taker as he whips it in. To the edge, it's Martial. Oh, he's pushed himself wide. It's Mensah now. He likes a shot. Go on. Oh, nearly. Twinzabi was offside as he ran onto it. Foster Mensah does like to have a dig from distance, doesn't he? And on that occasion, I thought it was going in. It wasn't quite the case, but we are back in possession. As we say that, we lose it. It's Edwards to Bozic. Don't know who that lad is. It's someone who Tottenham's picked up, either that or a youngster. It's Seydou Keita now. I keep saying Seydou. It's Balde. I know. Old school. Sorry, gents. It's Bozic again. It's Ericsson. Lamela tries nodding it down, but it has landed with Callum Gribbin now. Out to Martial. Still Martial. Sanchez is in the area. Oh, it's bounced off the bar. Looked like it come off the bar. Hit Glover in the back of the head and then went out for a corner. It's Gribbin whipping it in. Shit cross Gribbin. What are you playing at? Alderweireld clears it. It does only go as far as Alaba. But we have got, they've got possession back in their third now, but we've won it back. It's Martial. Gribbin's going to drift out wide, maybe float a little crossing. He does do it. It's Memphis at the near post. Grabs himself a ridiculous fourth goal in the Community Shield, and at 5-1, it is certainly getting out of Tottenham's reach. Gribbin wins the ball, dives down the right wing, and if we have a look here, near post FM17, just the way it works. Memphis arrives, grabs himself a fourth goal. The lad looks delighted, and I can tell you now his manager is. It's Gribbin now. To Sanchez on the edge of the area, still Sanchez. Has the ball took off him though. Edwards looks like he's playing the lone role up top at minute. It's Gribbin. Gribbin to Memphis at the near post again. That time it was deflected out. Memphis definitely the danger man in today's game, and definitely giving me issues but bear in mind Memphis was our top goal scorer last year as well. So when you consider that, I mean it's no bloody surprise that he's having such a romper today. We're going to bring on Angel Gomez, and we'll also swap Angel Gomez with Callum Gribbin. So Gomez is now behind the strikers. Gribbin has dropped into the position that Sanchez was playing as the advanced playmaker. There's only 10 minutes to go. I'm not expecting any more fireworks now, but Spurs are on the attack. It's Lamela, takes a shot. It goes wide of De Gea's right post, and with 83 minutes on the clock, hopefully they're just starting to wind down. Still Menses, give it Darmian. Now Darmian to Neves on the edge. He didn't crack it. I thought he was going to, but Alaba's in space here. Makes it 6. It's a rare occasion. We don't see David Alaba score that often. In fact, I dare say it might be his first goal for the club. He might have scored 1 or 2 more, but it's the first goal I've seen in a hell of a long time from David Alaba. But look at all the space he had. Beats Glover at the near post. Cracking result. And a great way to start season 4 here on the Fergie Way. Gribbin to Martial. Martial makes himself a little half yard of space, gets a shot off with Glover, but that's pretty much going to be it. With only 10 seconds to go, we're going to walk out 6-1 winners, and as I say, great way to start season 4. I'm sure you'll agree. Definitely got to be worth a like, I reckon. 6-1 against Spurs, who not only knocked us out the semi-final last year, they did go on to win the Champions League, so we've got to be happy with that as a result. I am, of course, going to passionately tell the guys I'm very happy with the result and the way they played, and we've got to highlight Memphis. If we're going to highlight, we might highlight a couple because there's some 9s there, but we're assertively going to tell him that we're very happy with his performance today. And if we take a look, David Alaba, of course, also playing a 9. He's going to get it as well. As is Eric Bailly, stalwart in our defence at the moment. And yeah, that was game over. First game of the season against Spurs. Jobs are good. So there we go then, guys. End of episode 1 in season 4. I'm taking a look at the schedule now. And what I've got in mind is, I think we should just come back for Dybala's debut. So, he's going to be about 10 days, 2 weeks. And I'm not going to chuck him straight in. I want to make sure that he's fresh enough to start a game. So, with that in mind, we're either, and I say either because I definitely want to be here for his debut. I mean, you guys know I've been chasing him for a couple of years now. I've managed to get my hands on him, so you should share the debut with me. So, it will either be Leicester if he's fit enough, or it will be Villa in episode 2. That will, of course, be here tomorrow night. So, if you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget, guys, hit that like button. It helps the channel out tremendously. The growth I'm getting is from you guys interacting in the comments, hitting the like button. So please carry on with it. So if you could hit the like button, it'd be grand. If for any reason you've stumbled across the Fergie Way here, hit the subscribe button. Honestly, we've been on a hell of a journey. If you want to catch up on that journey, in the description there is a season 1 review, season 2 review. And I'm also going to put in the description the last episode of season 3, which has our FA Cup game against Spurs, but it also has a little bit of a mini review after the game, so check that out as well. And other than that, guys, I've been Teach FM, and I'll catch you later. See you in a bit.